Okay, so here they are. Here are our climate poets. This is Marjan de Ridder.
Hi.
Hello, Marjan.
Hello.
Um, am I correct that you prepared something?
Yes, true. I am part of the Climate Poets, and the Climate Poets was founded by Moya de Feiter, who was inspired by the climate Poets in London. And we have a poetry book with a lot of different poets from Belgium and the Netherlands, because of course it's in the Dutch language. So yeah, and we do different kind of projects, but the proceeds of our book go to One World's Tree Planting, and that is an independent NGO in Africa. So they are rebuilding forests.
Okay, so the book is being published in Dutch. How are the results till now? Could you already go? Could you already plant trees?
Yeah. We have a good project from that, but also we are doing now much more, and we are starting to grow our group and our organization. And in the future, we hope to even give back more to the people. But also, our book is especially a kind of comfort blanket for people who have climate depression or have climate anxiety. We believe that poetry can heal people and inspire people. So there are very hopeful poems in there, but also very sad poems to see if your emotions match somebody else's can help you, because you feel hurt and you feel accepted even if you're sad. So yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Marianne, I don't know, can I ask you, even if it is in Dutch, can I ask you to give us a poem?
Yeah, I will do a couple of poems, and I translated them for you guys today. And I will also show you guys a film I did with a lot of students from the primary school and the Youth for Climate movement from Antwerp. And it is in Dutch and it has music, but there are French and English subtitles for you guys.
Okay, perfect. We're listening.
Voelt je haar? Dit is het moment waarop je opnieuw leert voelen wat generaties geleden verloren is gegaan. Waarop uw hartslag één wordt met het pulseren van grondlagen. Voelt je hoe de bomen met elkaar praten? De stemmen in het water. Wij zijn het bewijs van goede mensen. De geschiedenis, de niet verzetbare bergen. De geboorte van neorevolutionaire helden. Dit is ons moment, ook al is het het zwaarste. Dit is ons moment, ook al is het het laatste. Dus vecht. En durf te leven. Want durven leven is altijd gevaarlijk. Wij wandelen door vuur terwijl de hele wereld in rouw toekijkt. De angst zo knaagt aan onze leiders dat de hele democratie bezwijkt. Wij bezig zijn met het splijten van plastic zeeën. Wij alles tot een 8ste, een 100ste of een 1000ste vieren delen. Dit is ons moment. Wij wandelen door vuur met hoge koorts. Angst in onze broekzakken, maar de hoop als toorts. Dus hou uw vuisten hoog. In onze stem klinkt de echo voort. Dit is het moment. Dit is het wachten. Dit is het weten, wensen, spelen, dansen. Dit is alles. Are you in?
So I will do now a little bit of live poetry for you guys. And this one is it's for kids and it's on climate. This is an assignment, this vaguely forfeit of an existence. Bored out of their mind, teenager puts their forehead on the table. Their ears refuse to listen to conversations about vacations, the job you have, the living room you are redecorating. To them, justice seems to be something that can switch on or off. Something people can explain in terms of possibilities. Teenagers believe justice to you is a grayscale of surfacing from underneath your home and design-approved wallpaper. Kids carve the sentence, how similar we are to people's crimes, into every surface they can find. They watch the people, flesh forms of purpose, looking remotely more like accidental existence. Kids ask questions. They ask why accidental existing DNA has the audacity to do things on purpose. Teens watch from room 205. They are floating against the pull of patience. They watch people spending their lives in bathrobes, yawning. They look at the coffee grinds. They carefully wipe away from their kitchen surface. They wonder if they shouldn't be doing wiping more and better and broader, with a more vigorous urgency. Teenagers and kids invest millions in paper towels, preparing for the mess we make. To them, us grown-ups look so strange, almost alienated the way we are staring at our cornflakes in the morning, soaked until all the fibers forming desperation in a pudding. No, scratch that. It's definitely a pudding of neglect. Kids watch the world grow arms out of fracking fields. Earth carefully grazing her surface with her newborn hands, while millions of men in bathrobes stir, drink, scroll, blink. Earth puts her gravelish fingertips onto the self-inflicted bruises, the self-inflicted friction. And she wants to tell us a story about domestic violence, but the media rephrases her and calls it self-inflicted fiction. The kids know about it. They have always known. And while they know, manhood forms ranks, unlearns to turn the head to what used to be. Manhood slaps itself fluffy before going to bed. The numbness used to be reflection. The next morning, we all wake up dented. We all tore a little further, more at the thread that bounces to gravity. We are losing micrometers of belonging. We are losing micrometers of our heritage. And the crusted scars that these ribs form are planetary. We all have a lot of hands scratching the same head, preferably the head of Greta Thunberg, preferably the head of Vanessa Nakate, preferably the head of the scientist that has been printing reports since 1969, and globally, the heads of all the children. The truth is, a teenage mind refuses to care for forfeiting. So they stampede a herd of young minds. Sparkly new brains are blocking the streets, the gateways, and the kids cross out the world hopelessness with the sharp end of a compass. They have about 1 billion tables to scratch, while they awkwardly sing a song about taking flights for spending spree city trips. The kids sing about ladies cutting whale meat on uranium plates with pretty lacy borders, where into the porcelain engraved there are the words, "Show your passport." The kids sing a song about a heated swimming pool next to the sea, the sand slowly slipping. All LA pools are hourglasses. They'll go and see Mailleur. They sing about open air ice skating rinks in heat waves. The children, little heat but some branches. The children, they sing about humanity. They say, we are strong-headed. We are languishing with an irrefutable passion. We are starting to look more mechanical every day. While we, the grown-ups, are complaining about the rain. While we, the grown-ups, burn our fingers on tectonic plates. And if the kids would be on the Make-A-Wish program today, we all know what they would say. They'd wish they could talk to animals. Because to the grown-ups, they have nothing more to say. Yeah, it was the poet on kids and climate. And I have another one with me, and it's called Der Jägermeister. And maybe you guys know Jägermeister as kind of an alcoholic drink, but it's also a huntsman. Der Jägermeister cleaves through the land. He drags the small corpse of a bear cub behind him. It reeks of freshly shot propaganda. The barrel of the gun points at you. Do not look inside. The cylinder might be still smoky, and you might burn your eyes. The morning has been lying on the grass like a sparkly dress for several hours now. The Jägermeister grunts, talks to the fog that escapes his mouth. He doesn't agree with the petals of the bluebells. Ding, ding. It reminds him of political agreements gone wrong. It is musicology for beginners. When he arrives at home, he dusts off his jacket with the gentlest of taps, and whatever falls off the floor collects on one tile of worries. He puts his frustration in the closets. Taking off clothes is his elimination pact. He folds the laundry in creases. A washing line full of naivety hangs between the high-rise buildings. When he looks outside, he sees vertical forests, the last of their kind. Here tumble all the wild boars in acceleration. The deer graze as they roll down the slope. Hares reproduce as fast as metal rags. And the city sharpens its claws and shatters the fringes of the natural areas that still remain. Ecological hiking trail between nothing and granite. Nothing grows in the normal direction anymore. Is this kosher? Is this halal? Is this even ethical? If it can be done scientifically at all. On the wall of the mountain cottage, without existence, hangs frames with memories of photosynthesis. A black and white photo of Sir David Attenborough with the chlorophyll grains pulling away. And their Jägermeister makes tea. He, the man who once hunted, spoons a jar of mayonnaise until there is nothing left. He greases his hands with the oily substance. He holds his hands high to the sun. He calls it baking and roasting for the advanced strategist. At night, when it's cold, he sleeps under the bear's baby's body. Life itself hasn't kept him warm for a long time. He makes night and fur into a rhyme game. He thinks of the passing of galaxies, about trash cans and black holes. He wonders whether humanity, with 10 billion inhabitants, can be recycled. He wonders if we, with 10 billion inhabitants, can be recycled like the corpse he found of this newborn bear. It's kind of funny to perform and not know if somebody is applauding or somebody is listening. It's very weird. I do not know if I still have time. I think I have. So I want to do a very happy nature poem I did. And I wrote it for, actually for Seckou, who is about to perform after me. He did a project where a lot of different people from Antwerp, city Antwerp, could say where their favorite place in nature is in Antwerp. And this one I wrote for Yannick Moison, a guy who loved to walk on Wolf Mountain. And Wolf Mountain is actually a place in Antwerp. Wolf Mountain. The branch crop crackles. Lichen makes little arms. They are waving more than grabbing. They are calling. Welcome in the hallways of the forgotten waters. Walk in between the obelisks. Here, everything is a swaying flicker. Here, everything is white noise, so babies sleep better. The game board where the sun takes the water out of the earth. Do you want to play? My inner child breaks branches into palaces, into a latitude. Houses, wild real estate quota. Look how everything wobbles. Crumple life without touching the earth. You have never been this young. Cloud-shaped wolves lure you under countless manes. Here, in this post-apocalyptic landscape that hides all the raging of gasoline dust bunnies, you are sitting at the crossroads of curiosity with friends. Here, you stare at the illusion of fresh air. On the railway, the ephemeral thunders. Can you hear the sea rolling over the traffic junction? Can you hear the primal veins growling? Children scatter between the tree trunks. You cannot catch titans. This is the name of the game. The ritual of the one who can reach the highest point of tree. Don't stand still too much, but if you do stand still, do levitate. 3 sticks make one fortress. This is the embankment of wonderment. This loop will take you back to yourself, so stand still, squat down, in between all the petals on the soil, squat down, in between what you used to be and what you aspire to be. Thank you very much for listening. And I hope you have a lot of fun with Seckou in the next part of this presentation. Thank you very much.
I was listening and applauding you. So please, everybody probably is, you just don't know. Just try and imagine it, I suppose. Yeah, okay. I did the same. I was looking for, we have a lot of poems about, this is a delay, but I have a lot of poems on climate and on justice, because the two are the same. There is no distinguishing between the two. For me, at least, I don't save a tree, well, not save the person next to it, because they will chop the tree if they're hungry. Makes no sense. You feed your family first. That is short-term, long-term climate. So solve short-term of people before we can solve. Of people, it's all, we always attack the problem from the point of view of people, which by itself is already a problem, I suppose, but this is the way it's going. So I picked poems that were English. So I didn't have a lot of choice. I don't write too many English poems. So that's where it is. So I picked out of that. And there's two poems I'm going to bring. The first one is on water, just purely philosophically, politically, water. And the second one is truly about, for me, about justice. It's about power, basically. Just about power. Centralized power versus decentralized power. Power needs to be decentralized so that we can all make mistakes and all learn from our mistakes. It's something not happening right now. Mistakes are made and we point fingers. And then we replace the person we pointed the finger at. They say a bit better or worse or whatever. I believe in democracies to solve this problem. Not learn. That's why when you see the climate march and you see the youth going on the streets, I wonder, why are we not there? Why are they not having to vote? I mean, why are they not allowed to vote? They're going to be on this planet for August, yet they don't get to vote because we don't believe they are, I don't know, intelligent enough, strong enough, realistic enough to do this. I don't know why they are not allowed to vote. Why, when you're 16 in Belgium, you're allowed to drink, but you're not allowed to say in what happened. So the first poem will be very specific on climate. The second poem will be more, I'll explain later. Centralized, I picked two very central figures on power and decentralized power, and I make them clash, fight each other. I think you're hearing this, so I'll continue into the poem in the hopes that Water is more than Bruce Lee's favorite drink. What? Water. Water. Yes, water. Coca-Cola uses 7 liters for 1 bottle. Meat, clothes, building is mainly water. Yes, this is not a joke. Water. Million cities running out of clean water. Colorado, Mexico's water. Avocado, Peru, water. There's a billion folks missing clean water. What is the proof? The power of many, the power of the mass. Water. What? Water. We are drops that will float forever, flow together so that one day we may gather our essence. Water. A sheer curation, Shore's creation, the chunk of data that can be alone. No matter where we exist, reflect the whole, exist to reflect the whole. So no matter in what state, I call it whole. I am water. When angry, I boil away like ozone and disappear, vaporize and breeze, crystallize and freeze. What's all that will ever be? When sad, I cry seas that grow trees perpetually, catalyze and shape shift, I make shift life. What's are? Cut deep rivers in earth's skin, blue veins where dirt's been, dress earth green. Perceive my siblings in a field of me's and you's, drowning in oceans of mirrors, so fast that mankind shivers. We used to think the sky and I were different, that I was limited, that water could be unriveted from life. I trickle through till true thoughts dawn on you. I'm like the morning dew that lights up the cobwebs, ripples and rules, naked to the invisible. I am water. not a product of politics. I'm socially inequivalent. I'm Israel and Palestine. Don't ever think that blood runs thicker. That's carbon stick. The devil's wish has always been division, division. Only with the 8 billion other drops, we can paint the bigger picture. What's you must be more like what's So that's the first poem. Can anybody say I heard this? Just.
I heard this poem. It was magnificent.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so that okay.
Yeah, I will be here to be your cheerleader, Seckou.
Thank you. I should have done the same for you because I saw you standing there. And I was like eating my heart out, like in your stead. I'm like, oh, you're like, and then you're like, what's happening? Where is this going? Where is this? Yes, this is. I bet
So
a lot of
what
people.
is your next poem about?
What do you say?
What is your next poem about?
My next poem is a battle between Rothschild,
Cool.
which for me is centralized power. So the whole banking industry, they've been the most powerful family for the last years. And it's just, I take a symbol because symbols, it's just one person. It's Rothschild. No, there's many families, and we ourselves, top 5%, top 10% of the world, we are part of this. Huh? This is easy to just blame it on someone else. As I said, point the finger, 4 of these fingers point at you. But symbols work very well. You want to change something, you start with symbols. When you take away the symbol, you take away the story. In the same way, when you explain something, you start with a symbol. We say a big bang, right? There is no such thing as a big bang. We call it a big bang as a symbol, as myth to explain reality, right? This is what we as poets do. We break lies to explain small truths or something. I don't know. So yeah. I took 2 symbols, Rothschild versus Satoshi Nakamoto, which is basically the founder of the blockchain, the distributed ledger, a way for us to, in a very effective way, have all say in something, to find ways. The first thing they did was basically replace their first killer app was killing the bank, money without power.
You want to kill plutocracy?
What is plutocracy?
Plutocracy, like that when you have a lot of money, you have the power.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
And you want to turn it into deep democracy, like the really deep one, the deep democracy.
Exactly, true democracy. Exactly. And we're not there yet at all, but it is an alternative. Bitcoin itself is a dinosaur. Bitcoin itself is a disaster, an ecological disaster, actually. But the founder itself also didn't want it to just come out. They brought it out. They started using it, so it became a thing. But now you have like 4th generation who actually uses no more energy. It's completely decentralized. At the same time, it doesn't use it. So keep that in mind, right?
Hey, I'm looking forward to the poem. I will be
yes.
here.
We had other battles like meat versus vegan, bicycle versus the car, and there's man versus power, but they're all Dutch. And translating them, it doesn't work. There's too much rhyme in it. Yeah. They're quite direct, my poems.
I lost a lot of rhyme too when I translated my poems, but yeah, it's okay.
Exactly. We try and we give, and then something comes back. If it's not online. So yes, please after let us know what you think. The discussion is as important as the poem itself, I believe. We don't discuss, we don't learn. We don't learn.
And I'm going to listen, because if we don't listen, we don't learn either. So I will mute myself, and then I'm looking forward to your poem.
Thank you. So here goes. So this is Rothschild. I did what Alexander could not. My kingdom is so large, the sun set while it dawns, 24 on the clock. If cash flows like water, the people my crops, gold my only staple, herd my flocks to the stable, Bitcoin nerds burned on a staple, This system is capable. Personal gain enables us. Think of the blood, think Cain and Abel. I am who profits, prophet and savior, most complex origami slave. You break bank, saving banks and pension funds. We say thanks, shake banks, shave off profits, Rockefeller henchman fund. We determine what your dollars, determine you in dollars. My name's heralded, stands as a metaphor, friend nor foe, educated in the art of war, motivated and insatiable, but most of all, not impatient. Securing generations beyond, there is no generation like ours. The rich centralize everything, keep it in the family. I mean, I know the trades of your people, and I will trade with you people, but I cannot see you non-believers as equal for many obvious reasons. You need a promiscuous leader. I solemnly promise not to mislead them. I am the icon of the old world. I am the symbol of true love, the cycle of greed. I am the python, Uruburos. You wish to battle me? I up the interest, create inflation. Battle me a fallacy. We are the wealth of nations. Everything is politics. The difference between power and energy is called lobbying. You think I'm causing war and deceit? Opportunity is all I can see. Basically, I'm like God. We own your power, water, and heat. Buy communities, Walmart, you ask for it cheap. We are what you eat, Wall Street, I am what you see. I coin, buying when there's blood in the streets. Uncompared competitiveness. Our weaponry, tongue-twisting legislative. Elite, heavyweight champions of the banking scene with a knack for enchanting capitalists. We are depicted as the modern day masses of misanthropy, yet you elected us democratically. See, the tools of the masters grafted the euro, built the infrastructure in Europe. So what we net with our influence is brutal. I mean, brutal. You're insisting you're different, but your algorithm, it isn't. Scarcity is competition. Greed is innate to the system. If she can't have what he can have, then somebody's gonna get hurt real bad. Do your math. Tangible value, paper cash, man, we have also passed that. We are NASDAQ. Cash or digits, no longer ask permission to print. Centuries plotting this scheme, and these guys, they just want in. Now you have Satoshi Nakamoto, the response. I don't just want in. I want to come clean, become transparent like an open book, fail proof. What that means, we, the mass, will finally have the means and access to an actual democracy. If power reigns supreme, we will take it back, divide it, and tame the beast. So many dead, imprisoned, and on terrorist lists, hence the gap where anonymous fits. The freedom to express, it's hard being on the web without the NCIS breathing down my neck. We claim the right to express ourselves, and that is digital as well. Power is access. Money is a concept, expresses how we value things. The king here is context. Our coins are communities that fuel dreams. Their coin is a scheme. It can be seen on the dollar bill, as old as the hieroglyphs, top down like a pyramid. Has it ever been any different? 30,000 years, it has never been any different. This new thing we are trying to build is like plugging into the grid. No need for government to give you a permanent birth certificate. For value, we are like the internet, no middlemen. The first killer app, we're killing the bank. We're attacking the mindset. I don't need you writing the title deeds to the land I rightfully reside. So as a matter of fact, when I write in the ledger, I put matter to facts and get the story exact. It's because of the fact that we matter that you're running amok. This is not chaos. Your status is up. Your apocalyptic vision of this epoch has reached its limits. You do not exist in this open system. No more famine with the stroke of a pen. Autographs on a paper justifying our death. You'll be surprised to find that the true value of crypto isn't to be listed index, but to distribute power till corruption ceases to exist. The opposite of freedom is theft. I cannot create freedom, but every time I stop you from stealing is a step. We're the responsible alternative to escape your system of death. Operational in bits. Do I want to be rich? That is a matter of definition. Rich is free and empowerment. I want algorithms for this massive world system. We need to unchain the power of billions. And I think this is it. An internet of value in the age of wisdom. a safe environment for all that is written, all in an instant. The vision, a universal basic income, a UBI, would be truly priceless. It would change the paradigm on what we think our purpose in life is. What we have now is as unemotional as the devices you are blinded to. I want public platforms for ecology, science, and medicine. So when I do a transaction, instead of paying Visa a fee, I pay a platform for Parkinson's. Our thing could stop the inflation of tendermint, back money with trees instead of a promise from the ECB. If you own half of the world, it's a battle we lost. I stopped fighting my boss, did something with the knowledge I got. We're only seen as money because our value holds true. We organize into a gradual coup, change the master schools. No bank is the temple or law book of moral redemption and money is God. Priest at the door like police maintaining the law. My network is my network. Why can't we govern our own? We have seen what may have governed our own. Voilà. Dat is ik hoop dat een beetje. This is the poem, English. This is the poem. I hope it arrives. I hope some people heard it. How many people are listening?
There is somebody who in this chat box said, thank you, Seckou. So somebody was listening.
Yes, somebody was, thank you.
His name is Jean. I hope I pronounce it correctly.
Yes, okay. Okay, so...
Do you have even more poems, Seckou, or?
Yeah, Dutch.
Yeah.
I have Dutch poems. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, there's so many material. There's so much material, but it's Dutch. That's the thing. That's where how do I have that? That's powerful.
I have some backup poems with me. So I have two little ones. One about the decline of the world, and one about it's called "Sell Your Soul." So it's kind of in the same bracket as you just performed. But I think we have some time on the clock, so should I do it?
Just go for it. I'll just go for it. It's ours
but
now.
The public want to hear some more. I cannot see them. Yeah, I see some thumbs up, so that's fine. Great. Okay. Are you ready, Seckou?
I'm ready.
Will you be my cheerleader now?
I am.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Love it. All the time that I have left is painted on my face. It's called climate change war paint. That seagull, that gate. I swear I'll change. At this pace, there's only a way from never back again. Pacemaker, changemaker, game maker, end game, that seahawk, that sea salt, that gate. I can tell time, but I cannot change it. The mistakes I make it a day trip. Writing essays for school, what man calls the truth, taking naps, cause it's foolish. Nothing changes. Make me an agnostic, crystal reading, futuristic dictionaries, the sans periodic. I'm putting search warrants on milk cartons for the things outside the optic. How do I stop this? Press rewind and unbox it. Maybe I run awkwardly backwards, even wrinkles, even tears leak out of the time-space bracket. In between the extinction and the win, there is nothing. In between the extinction and the win, there isn't one thing. This was a little, this is actually a poem I wrote in English, so you can hear the rhymes now.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice, it's good. I didn't, Prativa Dongana is listening. A friend of mine, she's listening, that's good. So we are being listened to, it's good.
Great.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, that was a beautiful poem, and I don't know why you didn't do it in the beginning.
Because
your selection.
My English is not the best, so I'm very much better in explaining myself in Dutch. So the other poems were more like deeper, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I have another one I wrote in English too, but maybe it's a winner then.
Yes.
But it still rhymes. It's called Sell Your Soul.
This. Okay.
I peel off the autumn leaves, new skin will grow, while the previous one hangs to dry between the last willows. Socks flittering into the nightfall, light leaves early today, so sudden, as if it was wiped from newspapers. The fact is, I probably could walk around skinless, but I don't want to, so I put on this sweater, it's thrifted. In the lives of the Bangladeshi young, there is 1 second of no damage done. Half the price, jump the given. So the question is, who are you? Who are you without your money? Who are you, says the caterpillar to the karma. I do not know you, nor have I seen you. You're not the cereal bowl on the kitchen table. When I was young, you're not the Band-Aid nor the morning lights. You're not the smile of the boy I liked. Who are you without your money? I lost my ears in a traffic jam, forgot my heart in the upper drawer of humanity's closet. I wanted to decorate Christmas trees. I wanted to tie mankind's shoes to success. I used to believe that everybody can be reborn without an umbilical cord. So now my new ambition is to become a figurehead. For all the Titanics the world will know. For the words that I have not written yet. For the people that I haven't met. For the trees that are still standing and the ones that we forget. Who are you without your money?
Opa!
Now everything is gone. I know more English.
now you've given everything.
In English.
You've given everything.
Yeah.
Yes, it's nice. They're beautiful.
I want to thank the organization for having us.
Wait, I'm going to do one more poem, but the Dutch one.
Oh yeah, please.
I have permission.
You have permission. We have.
Yes, I mean.
We have an hour, so we can play in this room.
But this one is it's still relevant or something. I mean, I can just do we could do a poetry event, but let's stick to the subject. I would say this one is written for the SDGs. There is Provincie has and the University of Antwerp and Port of Antwerp, like other organizations, I'm forgetting all of them. They got together, a lot of heads together, a lot of masters, doctorates, a lot of money. I bet there was $1 billion, let's say €1 billion, just this decision power in that. Droge voeding kassavier. Yes, there's a lot of decision power in that room. So they asked me to do a poem on it, and I was like, yeah, sure. I'll do it live. So I'll just go there and I'll interrogate people, question people, interview, and just listen. And on basis of that, I'll write a poem. And I did that. I did it in Dutch though, because it's Dutch mainly. So I'd like to bring that poem right now. So.
Can't wait.
What is that?
The SDGs are very important to me. I'm an educator, so we are now working on at schools to have them in our curriculum. By the way, mm-hmm. So I'm very excited.
All right. Yeah, social development goals, right? So the 19 or the 20 something social development goals. What did I say? Did I say social? Sustainable. Yeah, sustainable. Yeah, sustainable development goals.
I said social. I think my bad English just got you.
I keep always saying social, but then again, these two, they need to come together. If you talk about climate justice, we're talking about justice. If we're not talking about justice, there's no climate justice.
Social justice is climate justice. It's all the same. Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's something, but you'll hear it in the poem itself that kind of struck me as well. If I sit in a room, I look around and I see a very homogenous group of people, all highly educated, all business-wise people. And I'm like, yeah, but this is a thing for all of us. We are 8 billion. So if you only take the highly educated, then you only take the 5%ers. Well, how are we going to change this? Feels like an NGO problem. It feels like, it's a top-down thing. So anyway, just listen. Als we duurzamen redeneren de reden eren, kunnen we onze kinderen hun levens dan nog steeds verbeteren, wie weet zelfs redden. Toekomstwezens krijgen de toekomstige rekening gepresenteerd, we mogen niet protesteren of stemmen. Zijn wij de brandstichters die de slachtoffers onderrichten? Wat hebben we nodig in deze strijd? Toewijding, passie, creativiteit, 17 SDG's ter vervanging van globale gelijkheid. We delen de pijn om samen te leren. We verdelen de schuld, dan is die snel weer vergeten. Alles met alles verwegen, alles met alles verweven. Ik ben geen doelloos projectiel. Die zero-urgentie-mentaliteit doet ons pijn. Onze welvaart en vrijheid staan in rechte lijn tegenover een klimaatbewust beleid. Ook ons universum is een consumptiemodel. Dus melken die trend. MSC-labels zijn even erg. Spankracht. Het idee van samen sterk, waar serieus nog werk aan is. De crisis bewees dit. Waar is die noodzakelijke verandering? Waar is dat nieuw geprinte geld naartoe? Natuurlijk kapitaal, niet alleen materiaal, heeft waarde. Overstromingen, ziekte, waterschaarste, miljoenen mensen die hun land moeten verlaten, terwijl wij op zoektocht gaan naar de moleculen van de toekomst. Geen zilveren kogel wordt gedroogd. Onze gouden standaard moet kapot. Verpulveren tot as en niet fijn stof. Deze spankracht van 8 miljard maakt onze impact krachtig. Prachtig toch? 78 man bezit de helft van deze planeet. Dat is 46% van alle CO2. De 21ste eeuw gemarkeerd door de mens die alles dat leeft zichzelf in kluis onder de bus van de industrie smeet. De overheid denkt niet voorbij partijtermijnen. Universitairen denken een inch wide en een mile deep. We hebben de neiging heel diep met oogkleppen naar iets te zien. Sta voor iets, maar bevraag uw kader, verklaar uw liefde dagelijks opnieuw. Geen samenzweringscomplot, maar wat is ons lot als de laatste honderden jaren normen en waarden door een witte man werden opgezond? Ik geloof niet dat de rijkste 10% de wereld gaan redden. Integendeel, geschiedenis die dat tegenspreekt. Eerst de basis ontmantelen, dan pas duur samen over SDG's klappen. De eerste was 30 jaar geleden. Van mooie beloftes kan men niet leven. En wat we nu subsidiëren reflecteert alles behalve het algemeen belang. Bio en elektrisch als druppels op een hete plaat. Het grootste kwaad is overdaad. Met 2 wagens en een tuin in de stad maak je klimaatbeloftes moeilijk hard. Dus deze zondag, mars. We willen uitgevoerd zien wat beslist werd op de rechtbank. Mars is geen alternatief. En er moet nog zoveel. En de deadline verstreken. En de zeitgeist deprimerend. Moeder aarde kan niet meer ademen door de schurft op haar huid. Die vraagt al maar meer. Veel vraten zonder vrees. Alles, altijd later. Vertragen is de nieuwe manier om verantwoordelijkheden te verzaken. Onze zelfwaarde in bezit gereflecteerd. Het vertrekpunt overleven is een vechtkunst. Dus we scheurden ons van de rest af. Mens versus natuur. Het gevecht is nu linker tegen rechterhand. De balans met kapitaal aan de ene en medeleven aan de andere kant. Hoe we het geheel weer hebben geïndividualiseerd, onderverdeeld en in vakjes met labels verpakt. Als hoop nu eens niet verhandelbaar was, hadden we aan veel dingen al lang een mouw gepast. Duurzame, data delen in plaats van betalen. Als we dat met een reeds betaald patent voor een levensnoodzakelijk vaccinatie niet gedaan krijgen, hoe dan wel voor het klimaat? Via studies doet men het vooral. Maar vanuit een ivoren toren is informatie altijd achterhaald. Het water staat hoog, maar verlies je geloof niet. Doe iets of doe niets en maak plaats. Waar zijn wij als de jeugd op straat staat?
Waar zijn wij? Where are we when the youth is in the streets? I love it. The last thing, the last sentence, sorry, the last thing.
Strange how you see like people like adults attacking like a 15-year-old like Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
Look how she looks. It's like, dude, this is confrontation. This is confrontation, and you see people like they'll attack anything that doesn't like.
But my mother always said, if you're not causing friction, you're not causing anything. So if Greta makes people angry, her message is broadcasted and coming across. Yeah. So I think you can never be changing things without a little bit of friction, because people do not love change. They love, most of the time, they love the things they know and their traditions and their habits and routines.
Comfort is a slow killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something animals never do. They never get really comfortable. And maybe we could learn this.
I don't know. I don't agree. I said the universe is a consumption model. I said that. And I actually believe that. I believe that the whole, how do you say this? The symbiosis nature lives in. The symbiosis is quite cruel as well. It's like this lion is going to eat everything until the whole region is empty, and then it'll move on to somewhere else. If it finds food there, well, then it'll survive. If not, it'll die. And this is what brings symbiosis. We are doing the same. We'll eat everything until it no longer works, and then we'll just wipe ourselves out because there's nothing left. You know, like this is the same to me. This is my opinion. It's the same system. We'll go and create as much comfort, and we'll try to eat and go as big as we can. An animal will do the same, but an animal is limited because it doesn't have the consciousness to look at the whole and to say, hey, wait a minute, I can turn that tree into paper, and I can just plant 1 million trees and get that fruit off and do the whole thing. We're more organized and planned in that, but an animal will do the same thing. It will do the same thing. So we're not different from nature. We are nature. But I believe that if we'll find, I call it conscious symbiosis, to actually give away part of your comfort in order to be sustainable, to not eat meat, to eat less meat, to eat differently, to live differently, to move yourself around differently, just on the basis of sustainability, to actually let these things, I can do it, but I won't, because in the long term, it's not a good idea. If we manage to do that, we will literally have created a new humanity. This would be different than anything we have seen in the universe, because even a sun will swallow all the planets, then explode, become something else. It's a consumption. It needs to consume in order to evolve. Well, we don't need, this is the whole Buddha idea. You sit down, and instead of just give me, you just let it come and you let it go and you watch it. This is revolutionary, doing nothing.
We need to be more like water.
You must be more like
water. Look, this is how much I listened to your poems, Seckou.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I saw like Vitalia Petri, she was saying something, like, but I couldn't hear it. She has to switch on her.
Vitalia, if you want to say something, please do.
What?
Or Rhoda Cordillera? Rhoda from the Philippines?
Yeah, it just changed like Cordillera. No? Okay.
I guess let's see what our administrators are saying.
We are here for the next session, she said.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay. She was just testing. That's why they're like that.
So, what should we say our goodbyes with the lovely people on the other side of the screen?
I think so. I think they by now they must have all have eaten and done their thing.
Dinner indeed. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
We had dinner indeed, and I want to thank you very much for this participation, Marjan and Seckou. We really enjoyed your exchange and your poetry. Congratulations to the climate poets.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us. Goodbye.
Wait,
and have a great
Marjan,
day. Yeah.
the poet, the book, can it still be bought somewhere?
Yeah. Should I show it? I will get it for you.
No, just send the link, then people can buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do a link, but it's actually in Dutch, and there are
It's in Dutch.
QR codes in it, so you can also have movies. But if you want to just watch some translated movies, there are a couple of movies in English. You can go to Klimaatdichters also on YouTube and then support over there, or go to the website Klimaatdichters.
Okay,
I think,
super. Super. Klimaatdichters, climate poets. Thank you, Seckou and Marjan. Bye-bye.